Hello YouTube, it's Back in the Day Toys with a disappointing car boot haul video. I know last week we said that summer or spring was here and the car boots were going to get better, and it wasn't the case. It was raining very badly last night and this morning, so not many people at the car boot today, but we'll show you what we found anyway. So when we first arrived at the car boot sale, there was hardly anyone there selling. The first store we came to had all of this stuff, which seems like a lot, but they had a little box which had a load of the Simpsons chess set pieces in, and in there I found this Lego figure, which I think is actually a knockoff Lego figure of one of the X-Men, maybe Jubilee, I think. This one, which might be legitimate, you never know. And this one, which I'm pretty sure is knockoff, because there's nothing on the top there, so whoever he is, he's a knockoff. And they had this little Pikachu. How much would you like for the whole tub of bits? And they said £5, and I thought, oh god, this is going to be expensive. So I said, what about for these 4 things? 50p each, £2. So I thought, well, there's a good chance this is all we're going to find and go home. So we got that. Then we had a little rummage further on, and we found this little Cocoa Pops man, like a little pen topper thing. I think the pencil or whatever goes through there. Probably free with some cereal, I bet. We also found this. This actually seems quite interesting to me. Care Bears movie, extracts from the original soundtrack and album, introducing the Care Bear cousins. Thought it's just an empty piece of paper, but there's some weird flexi disc thing in there. I'm not quite sure if it would still work. What would you like for those two? £1.50. Take £1. And they said, yeah. So we had that pair for £1. Then the person who was there, they're clearly resellers. They were letting people that they knew rummage in the back of the car before they put anything out. So I just stood there patiently waiting to see what other people didn't buy. And then he pulled out this Leonardo, obviously reissue, and this Ninjago thing. And he wanted £5 for Leonardo and £6 for the Ninjago. So I said, how about a tenner for the pair? And he said, yeah. So thought there's at least 4 minifigures in there. It's all sealed. You got this little monster thing as well. So I thought for £5, it's more than I want to pay. But again, when it's desperate times, desperate measures, then I realised all these traders have been looking at this Lego box that he had here, and it is a proper Lego box. It has Lego written on it, and they kept all walking away. Oh, it says 2012 actually there, the Lego group. So I asked him, could I look at the Lego? And he said, yeah. So I had a little look. How much do you want for your Lego? 50p each, let's say. So I said, all right. Can I pick out the ones I want? Because there's like Spider-Man in here and Superman, some Ninjago. There's some that, I mean, I imagine that's like Luke Skywalker's body, but I don't think he ever wore aviators, so I don't think that's his head. The little husky over there's cool. There's just some cool little figurines in here, but I might not want all of them. And he said, no, I'm not selling them individually because someone already came round and took all the Star Wars ones out. So essentially, I'll sell them individually to my friends, but to everyone else, it's a job lot. So I said, they're 50p each. He said, yeah, 50p each, no discount, only sold as a job lot. I don't understand. So anyway, I counted them all up and I said to him, there's like 38 in there, so do you want to call it £19? Now, that wasn't including like the bike, and I didn't include like half-made figures that were in here, or accessories. And he said, yeah, £19's all right. So I thought, bloody hell. I've spent 19, 29, 31, 30. I spent £32 on that little bundle there. So yeah, could tell that there wasn't going to be much to find at all. Don't know if I got anything else at that car boot. Oh, I did get these. This is cool because it's Scrooge McDuck in like a little chauffeur-driven vehicle. They had another 2 of these, not the same, that were Disney-related, and I can't see an age on the bottom of them. There's no date, but the other 2 were missing loads a bit, and I thought this one looked complete, and on closer inspection, it's missing a bit from here, it's missing a bit from the back here, missing a bit from the bumper, missing part of one of the wheels. So actually all of them were missing it, but they were 3 for £1. I should have probably picked the other 2 up, but anyway, I bought this Oscar Mayer metallic Wiener car. which is very weird. And this, which I think is much more modern. I think I remember seeing these in like B&M. These are like some weird Rat Fink toy car things. So we bought them for £1. And I think that was everything. Oh, except for Myth, Magic, Marvel, bath salts. Thought that was pretty. Are they leaking everywhere? They are. Better put that somewhere else. And I bought this pile of like cards and books and stuff. That was actually pretty expensive. They wanted like £2 each for the books, £1 for the paper. The cards were like 5 for 2. I had 15 cards, so that ended up being like £11. And they wouldn't even round down to 10. The nuisance is when there's like so many people looking to buy, but so few sellers, they can just jack the prices up and people still have to buy things. Because there's sad people like me that want to buy things at the car boot sale, kind of regardless of what it is or what the price is. What sad lives we live. Anyway, popped on down to the next car boot sale. There's a fella who had some bits that were in last week's video, some weird little donkey thing you might remember, and some other bits. Asked him what he wanted for this weird wrestler man, and also for a Batmobile, and he said £1 each. So I'm on £2 for these two items. Then he said there's some other figurines and little bits in this other plastic tub. So I looked through, and there's a couple of these cool McDonald's toys, like the old, what they call Crawley Creatures key rings, where you open them up and they move. And both of these are in working condition. Got all their movement. So I picked those up. This is an arm from a Mask figure. I think I have this figure. Don't know whether he's got all his arms, but we'll find out. This guy who's really cool. I think this is a Chap May bootleg. Button seems to be just wedged in, so I don't think he's ever going to light up again, even if I change the battery on him. Is it Chap May? It might say there, actually. No, it says what the button is. Oh, yeah, Chap May. Yeah, he is a Chap May fella. So, yeah, he was cool. So I picked that up. Saw this, which is a chipped, unfortunately, but rose quartz heart. On the back of it, it says Rosa Quartzaro Rosada, €4.95. And I looked at the teddies. He had loads of teddies last week that he wanted £1 each for. They weren't anything too special and they were a bit pricey, but he had this, and I thought this might be, I've forgotten the name. It's clearly not a Care Bear, but there's some toys like Care Bears. This one has like a rattle for a tail. It's got like a head bobble thing. I looked up the year on it. I still can't remember what I thought it was. And it said 1986. So I thought, well, whatever it is, it's got some age. We'll just see what he wants price-wise. So he wants £2 for these two. All right. Then I ask him what it is for those two, this action figure, these two McDonald's toys, this rose quartz heart, this arm, and this teddy bear. £3. I don't know how that makes sense mathematically, but that's a deal for me. So we had all of that. Looked this one up online. It's like, comes in a variety of sizes, and this is one of the bigger sizes. It's not worth a fortune, but it's all right. Didn't do too badly with that. There was a lady who had this, and I just thought it was very highly detailed. I see a lot of dragon figurines at the car boots, but I actually really like this one. This one looks quite detailed. The beginning, the beast. So he was pretty cool. So I thought I'll ask her. It'd be expensive. She said £3. So I thought, you know what? I actually really like that. As far as dragons go, that's probably one of my favourite dragon statues I've seen. So we had that for £3. One of the other traders who I've got stuff from before, he had this the other week, and I didn't even ask him how much it was, but it did interest me. Percy Dalton's famous roasted peanuts. Leave the rest, buy the best, says Nutty. Only the best is good enough. In no other circumstances may this bag be used for nuts other than the above brand. Very strange. So I asked him how much he wanted for that. He said 50p. In the same box, he had a few cards. These are all like Sesame Street cards, but I thought they were pretty cool. Wanted 50p each for those, so we ended up like spending £6 on some old cards. But yeah, I liked them. I've never seen vintage Sesame Street cards. And then lastly, as I say, nothing very exciting to this week. We found this Sacred Underworld. This was in someone's 50p box. On the bottom it says Asaran Entertainment 2005. I don't know what this is, what he's from. I think there's meant to be something here that's broken by the feel of things. I think something's broken off of there, which is a shame. And he also had this. This looks like the paper that you print on to make things look like they're photographs. So I thought, oh, for 50p, I'll see if I can bung that through the printer at work. But yeah, so, I mean, realistically, not a great day's car booting, guys. There's not a whole lot out there. And what we did find was expensive, but it was absolutely chucking it down. No one turned up because the weather was bad. Maybe things like this is worth a couple of quid. Maybe there'll be a few of those figurines worth a couple of quid. But overall, I mean, it's quite a disappointing haul. But hey ho, some weeks are going to be like that. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See ya. Bye. Oh, and before I forget, someone saw me walking around with my Glastonbury jumper on, and they stopped me and said, "Free gift for you here, mate." And they gave me a Glastonbury 2007 bag for nothing. So seeing as there wasn't a lot else going on, I ended up having a chat with them about the festival for a bit. But yeah, the haul. Disappointing.